Good morning, boys and girls. Today's Thursday, and this is Miss Phyllis with your railroad train books for the week. Remember, we're reading these partially because Railroad Days is coming up this weekend, and plus, everyone loves a good train story. So, snuggle up, find a good place to sit and listen, and here's our first book. Let's get started with our story for today. All aboard! Our story today is entitled Trains by Anne Rockwell. And this book is published by Dutton Publishing, which is a part of Penguin Books. And this book is going to be all about the different kinds of trains and different things that the trains can do. It's kind of a short book today, but I have a second one. There are toy trains, and I bet some of you have toy trains that you can set up and have your train run around the tracks. And real trains, like the trains that run through Selma, the Amtraks, and the other trains. Trains go on tracks. Engineers, sitting way up front, drive the locomotives that pull the cars along the tracks. Signals tell the engineer to stop or go. Passenger trains carry people. So you could actually buy a ticket at the Selma train station and go to a different place. You could go to visit a relative, or you could go on a vacation, but you could actually ride on the train. Freight trains carry things. And you see that green car has coal coming out of it, and then you've got a blue tanker car. I don't know, it might have milk in it, who knows? Subways are trains that go below the streets of big cities. Sometimes cities, for example New York, is so crowded with buildings and people that they have to put their trains underground, and they are called subways. Elevated railroads have trains that go above the streets of big cities. Look, you have to climb lots and lots of stairs to get to that train. There's some people waiting to board. A monorail goes on a one-rail track and has wheels you cannot see. It's just going on a track, no wheels. Old trains have steam engines, and in order for the steam engines to go, you've got to shovel in coal to give it power. It burns the coal and makes energy to run the train. Now train locomotives have diesel engines when they travel across the countryside. And there it goes, and you see the cars are having to stop. So remember, when moms and dads are driving and they see those arms go down, they have to stop their car so the train can go safely by, and then when the arms lift, your car can go safely by. Now some trains use electric power lines when they come into a big city. My electric train goes around the living room. Here it comes out of the tunnel. So they're sitting on an afternoon or an evening playing with their model train set. And a model train set is one that's made to look like a real train, but it's much, much smaller. And I bet some of you have model trains and can play with those. All right, well, that was our first story. We have a second story today. And this is a good story about trains, but it's also a good bedtime story. It's called Steam Train, Dream Train. And it's written by Sherry Dusky, Rinkard, and Tom Lichenheld. The publishing company is Chronicle Books. If you listen closely, I think you're going to hear lots of rhyming words in this good story. Through the darkness, clickety-clack, coming closer down the track. Hold your breath so you can hear, huffing, chuffing, drawing near. The little rabbit's jumping out of the way because he hears the train coming down the track. A whistle blares out in the night, a mighty engineer, wondrous sight. The smokestack puffs, the big wheels grind, the trusty tenders close behind. Cling, clang, the bell rings out on top. Hissing steam, brakes squeal, then stop. The driver signals to the crew. Each worker knows just what to do. Quick, before it gets too late, start to load up all the freight. Everything will soon be stowed, a train car matched to every load. The crew slides back the boxcar doors and tumbles in to start their chores. They whirl, twirl, cartwheel, jump, but cargo's stowed without a bump. Look at who's loading the train. There's lots of monkeys. That one's carrying his bananas on a unicycle. That one's carrying a ladder, it looks like. That one has a baby monkey doll. Things that rock and roll and spin, all are juggled safely in. Very talented monkey. He's standing on a skateboard and twirling hula hoops. He's got a yo-yo on his tail and he's juggling all sorts of things. The freight is loaded as they play. They work and bounce the night away. Building blocks, erector sets, bikes and kites, and model jets. The boxcars made to safely haul almost anything at all. And look, they have a very strong camel who's carrying lots and lots of things up the ramp onto the train. The hopper's top is open wide so cargo can be poured inside. The crew hops to it, one and all. They get to work and have a ball. Then with a bounce, a pounce, a leap, 3 boys jump in and fall asleep. Looks like they're putting lots and lots of balls into that hopper. And there go, it looks like 3 kangaroos. And they're all now fast asleep. Each one's holding a ball. Tankers lined up in a row are getting filled with paints to go. Purple, yellow, green, and blue. A color convoy coming through. And look who's loading those train cars. The elephants. Squirting paint out of their trunks. The reefer car is snug and cold. Its chilly box can safely hold frozen treats for every stop, like a rolling ice cream shop. The train car's packed. The crew sits back and chills out with a midnight snack. Oh, there's our polar bears and our penguins, animals that need cold, cold cars to ride in. 10 hard workers lend a hand to fill the gondolas with sand. Sand for castles, moats, and more. Sand for tunnels, sand galore. Stacked up on the auto track, 6 race cars for a private track. Rainbow colors, flames and stripes, shiny engines, chromy pipes. The auto track will gently keep these fast, fast cars all fast asleep. The well cars carry giant beasts munching on enormous feast. Look, we've got dinosaurs. Brachiosaurus likes the view, while T-Rex gets a bone to chew. The flatbed cars are rolling beds. The weary crew can rest their heads and settle in and truck in tight. Their work is finished for tonight. The red caboose is last in line. From the lookout, all looks fine. And of course, the giraffe makes a perfect lookout because he's got such a long neck and he's so tall. The freight and crew are tucked away. The next stop is another day. A hiss, a jolt, a shift and sway. Now the journey's underway. The train's departing car by car. The headlight fades into the stars. Puffing, chuffing, out of sight. Steam train, dream train. Shh. Good night. All right, boys and girls, that's our books for today. I hope you enjoyed them. It's a beautiful day outside, so I hope you are getting out and having lots of fun. Don't forget, we've got Tommy the Train parked outside the Selma Public Library. You're welcome to come. Walk around on the train, climb on the train, get your pictures taken, and don't forget the food truck radio. That will be Friday night. Lots of good food. All righty, see you Friday. Bye-bye.